Before I start the video, I would like to give a massive shout out to my Patreons who have been supporting my channel. If you would like to check out my Patreon and receive early access to some very exciting videos coming soon, then please click the link in the description below. Hello there and welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again for another video, and we are going to be talking about the 14th Doctor because we've already spoken about the bioregeneration and what that could mean, not just for what happened during the episode, but for the wider consequences for the Hooniverse, which Russell T Davies did hint at during the commentary for this episode, which is available to watch on iPlayer because it's a very interesting video commentary which has David Tennant, Russell T Davies and Phil Collington all talking about Doctor Who and kind of like, okay, yeah, this is what happened when making the episode and what's happening in the new series. And I always find them very useful to listen to, but this time there's a bit of video there as well, which, you know, you get to see them all react, and I think it's bloody wonderful. But anyway, let's talk about the 14th Doctor, because I've seen since this episode aired, a lot of people are confused on what happened to the 14th Doctor. Is he going to regenerate into Ncuti? What's going down with the future of him, and what is he going to be getting up to? Yeah, there's literally so many questions about the 14th Doctor, so I'm going to try and answer them in the best way possible and to kind of relax people in terms of like, oh, that was left unanswered, because I feel like there was a lot of things in that episode that just kind of, yeah, confused people and stuff like that. So for those that are confused, I'm just going to try and explain it the best I can to the way I understand it, and hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but this is the way I've interpreted the plot. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the video and talk about the 14th Doctor and the future for this incarnation. So, to do a recap on the 14th Doctor, obviously, yeah, he got his old face back through when regenerating the 13th Doctor, is because all of the trauma that the Doctors faced in their lives, such as most recently the Flux, simply worn themselves out, and that has essentially caused a lot of stress in their life, and this face has came back because essentially this is an incarnation that went through a lot of stress, you know, lost a lot of people, lost Rose, lost Donna as well originally, and obviously there was some devastating events surrounding Martha as well and her family, and all the stuff in between with the Time Lord Victorious. So, with all that being said, the Doctor subconsciously chose that face again because that is a face that went through a lot of grief, and then the Doctor was reunited with Donna because essentially, as Donna put it, the Doctor was coming home. The Doctor wanted to subconsciously go back to Donna so he could resolve all of that stuff that had gone down with her and essentially take some time out, because the Doctor, more than anyone in the universe, has been through a lot and has done a lot for humanity, and the Doctor needs a break. And that is essentially what happens at the end of the episode when the 15th Doctor takes off and splitting the TARDIS into two. The 14th Doctor gets into the new TARDIS and simply retires with the Noble family. And we last see him having dinner with the Noble family and Mel, whilst off-screen Wilf is busy shooting moles. But it is hinted at that the Doctor hasn't entirely been in retirement, as he's taken Rose Noble on an adventure or two, and we've also had him mention that he's taken Mel on an adventure or two as well. So it does set up the return of the 14th Doctor, or maybe a spin-off regarding the 14th Doctor. Now, which one do I think is more likely? Now, in this new age of Doctor Who, in the Hooniverse, I think it is very likely we could see a spin-off. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to expect it soon. I mean, it could happen 5 years down the line. And this is the beauty of the ending that the 14th Doctor got, because he didn't regenerate, but he will do in the future. His ending is essentially open-ended, similar to what happened with Clara, where she's going home the long way around, going back to Gallifrey the long way around. So in that last second of her life, that last second can last for forever until she goes back to Gallifrey and basically goes back and restores the timeline, which we know she does do. And we also know with the 14th Doctor, he does end up regenerating properly into Ncuti's Doctor, because I'm a bit confused on this as well, but Ncuti does say that he's doing the rehab back to front because he knows that that Doctor gets over it because he's fine, he's feeling okay. So with all that trauma being dealt with, eventually the 14th Doctor will regenerate into Ncuti, but it doesn't have to be shown on screen. So it allows David Tennant's Doctor to show up whenever. So even when, I don't know, random example, but say if David Tennant's in his 80s and wants to return for a cameo or something, he could turn up looking like an 80-year-old doctor or whatever, and it would be completely, fine. They wouldn't have to do a mad plot explanation or something like that. It would essentially allow the Doctor to, die of old age, essentially, and then regenerate into the next incarnation. That could be what the new canon is. So, yeah, it does open, opportunities for the Doctor, the 14th Doctor, to return in, say, like a series finale or for like a crossover, or more importantly, a spin-off. And spin-offs are confirmed to be in the works. We don't know what they are yet, but I think a safe bet now is the 14th Doctor, and we could even see Donna return for this. I feel like the Noble family essentially being the home base for that version of the Doctor, I think, yeah, it would make a lot of sense. And the fact that he's got his TARDIS as well, and that's been established that he's got his own TARDIS, I think, yeah, we are definitely going to be seeing a spin-off at some point regarding this incarnation of the Doctor. But I don't know what they're going to do with it, because obviously this spin-off show would need its own identity. So would they make it R-rated? Would they make it an anthology series? Or would it be like more childlike, like Sarah Jane Adventures? Who knows? But I think it would be a very interesting concept for sure. But let me know, what would you like to see from a 14th Doctor spin-off series? Because I feel like, yeah, it is kind of inevitable at this point, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you are new around here, please click that like button and subscribe for more nerdy content, because I'm trying to reach 6,000 subscribers, which I would love to reach by the end of the year. But anyway, take care, love you all, and peace.